today is another super chill video where I'm just going to have some alcohol and chat a lot. What am I going to talk about in this video? Alright, so this video has been a long time coming. I've mentioned it kind of briefly in the past here and there that I graduated high school when I was 15 and I actually dropped out of college when I was 18. I do want to start off with a very, very strong disclaimer. I'm not like a big advocate for like everybody to do this. Like this video isn't meant to encourage people to like drop out of high school or to drop out of college. You know, it's not the path for everybody, but neither is going to school. I think this video is kind of going to talk a lot about how I was just able to find, you know, like a very unorthodox path for myself and how I was able to sort of overcome all of the anxiety and depression that came along with trying to fit sort of in this mold that is, you know, most common. I had this opportunity to test out of high school early, and for California there's this exam called the CHSPE, which is the California High School Proficiency Exam, and this exists throughout America, but it just goes under a different name. So, you know, it could be different for someone living in like Minnesota or New York, and I just wouldn't happen to know, you know, what it's actually called there. They didn't really want kids testing out of high school. And so this was kind of just like a thing that was kind of like, you know, kept under wraps. I actually found out about this test through someone else that I knew who took it. This person had encouraged me to take the test. I regretted it for a long time, but we're gonna get to that. And so I was like, oh, you know, this person is taking the test, and like, you know, like I trust and look up to this person in my life, and okay, well, I'm gonna take the test too. I was not capable of thinking for myself because I was 14. You don't really think for yourself when you're 14. And so this was one of the biggest regrets in my life for a very, very long time. I was very happy in high school, and I, for some reason, just let somebody convince me to like, you know, test out. And then I passed the exam, got the equivalent of my high school diploma through this exam, and so when I was 15, I graduated from high school. From then on, I went into community college. So typically what happens with kids who go this route is that, you know, you can't really go into a four-year university after testing out of high school. It's not really like typical. And so what you would do is you would go into a community college, you would take your general education, and then you would transfer into a typical four-year university, but you would only have to be there for 2 years. And this also was my goal, to help save my parents a lot of money. I was always very focused on money when I was a kid because we did not have money. I had all this guilt always where I was like, we can't afford this, and you know, just like all of these concerns that, you know, unfortunately a lot of American children have to deal with. If you could imagine, it was rough. It was really rough. There was like all of these feelings of like self-worthlessness and self-hatred, and also like extreme feelings of isolation and just depression, because I was young and I was on college campus with many people who were a lot older than me, and I felt really confused and isolated because it's a lot. College is a lot for people who are like in their 40s, you know, people who are fully grown adults. But as a 15-year-old child who honestly didn't really know what she was getting into because someone else had convinced me to do this, there was this extreme sense of failure, and also like, you put yourself in this position, you are to blame, and you couldn't deal with it, and so, you know, you're honestly just a failure. And you know, it was ridiculous because I was putting all this pressure on myself. I put myself in college when I was 15, and I had the expectation and the desire to maintain a perfect 4.0 GPA, which I did for a while, but that did not last because holy hell, it was just so much mental stress. And then I also started to lose my self-worth. I sort of felt like the only worth I had as a person and as a daughter was maintaining my high grades and studying hard and saving money, and also, you know, hopefully getting into a better university in the next few years so that I can make my parents proud, and so that I could somehow magically just make all of this guilt associated with being like a first-generation Asian American woman magically go away. My parents gave up everything to move to America, and if I don't go above and beyond, I didn't have worth as a child. And you know, I was a pretty fucked up kid, but it was really hard to go through college with, you know, this mindset, and I just really wasn't ready for it. I wasn't in the right mindset to be in college, and that's why I'm here to like really stress, like, yes, this might be amazing for some people, but for other people, like, you really need to be careful with like making this decision, because again, being 15 in college is a huge decision. So I didn't actively make the choice to drop out of school. When I was 17, I slowly stopped attending my classes. I used to like drive to college, you know, like every morning, but instead of going to my classes, I would actually drive to my friend's house nearby and I would play with her dogs. And I would sit there with her 3 giant huskies, and I would just sit there with her dogs in her backyard, and I would just like brush them and like cry, and then I would just be there for a few hours, and then I would go back home and like pretend that I went to class, but I totally did not. So I was skipping classes, you know, for like the last year of college, and I was just going to play with dogs. Then I started having the very difficult conversations with my parents that my mental health was just really taking a beating at school, and I truly believed that I couldn't continue through school because of what it was doing to me. I'm very grateful that my parents have always like trusted me to make my own decisions. I mean, they let me test out of high school for some reason, but yeah, my parents have always trusted me because like I have been a good daughter, and I always put my parents' feelings and care for me kind of like first and foremost. So like I never got into trouble as a kid, and I was always just like, I need to save money for my parents, so I'm not gonna do anything. And I truly did not do anything. It was difficult, you know, there's definitely like, you know, some arguing here and there and the begging for me to finish school, but I really couldn't do it. And so like I slowly stopped going to school, and it was really difficult for me during that time, honestly. That's why, you know, no matter how many times the people of YouTube asked me to talk about my experience going to college very young, I wasn't mentally ready for it. You know, I had to, you know, go through therapy as an adult and like feel comfortable with admitting like, hey, I chose to not go to school, and that was the right decision for me ultimately, and I'm comfortable talking about, you know, how I was able to work through like this self-hatred because of it. This is where I always like to tell this story, that this is when I started YouTube. So I was having a really hard day, and this is like such a sweet story that I really hold close to my heart. I was like sobbing in my room, as I often did, and I remember one day like my dad walked in and he had like a slice of cake for me, and he was like, you know, like, he was basically saying how like I put so much of my self-worth into studying, and when that didn't work out because of honestly just like the crushing expectations that I put on myself, you know, he said that I should focus on something that made me happy. And he was the one who suggested, hey, why don't you do YouTube? Why don't you talk about how you like to do hair and do makeup and fashion? And that was what I did, and I started that 6 years ago because I was so depressed in college, and I just wanted an outlet where I could express myself in a way where I felt like I didn't have to measure my self-worth. I truly did not expect that it would be anything even like remotely close to a career, because I wasn't thinking so far ahead when I was, you know, filming my first super awkward video, because I was tired of thinking ahead, you know, like I just wanted to just like feel like a kid for once, and I wanted to just not think about the future and to just make some dumb video talking about hair. And so I did, and you know, I was so lucky that people actually cared about what I did, and it slowly over the years turned into a career. You know, as I continued to do YouTube, and as I realized, oh, like people actually really like my stuff, and this is actually like generating like some kind of like revenue for me. At the beginning it was very little, but you know, it was something. And then I started to realize that, oh, I can focus on this right now. I don't have to think about 5 years in the future, but at least right now doing this makes me happy and I don't feel like shit, so I can focus on this, and I'm gonna just put school off to the side for now. So I didn't actively ever make the decision I'm gonna drop out of school. And even to this day, like I don't actually ever really tell people like, hey, I dropped out of school, because the option of going back to school is always there for me, and it's always there for anyone else. I would love to go back to school, honestly, you know, like maybe when I'm like 40 and like, you know, like I have time and I don't have kids and, you know, like I am just like ready to go back to school. I would love to go back to school. There's so many things that I would love to learn, but it's not something that I really wanted to depend on for my future, because I realized that I love learning and I'm a really, really passionate person, but it's just I couldn't flourish in that environment, and I couldn't be the best version of myself in that environment. And so it took me so long to be okay with that. So I was, doing YouTube for a while, and then, like things were slowly getting better for me. Then things took a really bad turn with my mental health, and like I kind of hit rock bottom for a while. If you guys want to see exactly what happened, I took like a 1-year hiatus, sort of like in the middle of YouTube. I think it was my 2nd or 3rd year. I talked a lot about that. It's gonna pop up somewhere so you guys can check it out. And then afterwards, I came back to YouTube because I realized that like I loved it so much, and like this relationship that I have with people is like honestly one of the most important things in my life. And like I get kind of like choked up when I talk about it with my friends sometimes. It's like I always say like it's the most important thing to me, and it's like it's something that I would never want to lose. And then when I was 24 last year, like I finally sought professional help from a therapist, and to work through all of this like childhood trauma of self-worthlessness, guilt, self-hatred, and all of this like depression and anxiety. I didn't realize how much sadness and resentment I held towards myself about not continuing college. I think it was just so hard for me to let go of the idea that I had to be the perfect daughter, and I had to, finish school with a 4.0 GPA and, like work in the government or something. I don't know. And when those things didn't work out, I just hated myself for it, because I felt like I didn't deserve to be alive. I felt like a great burden to my parents, which it was just a really sad thing for a kid to feel. And a lot of it stemmed from just being, first generation Asian American, and also not having money growing up, and just feeling really guilty that we didn't have money, as if it was like somehow my fault or something. Like it was just a whole can of worms to work through, but I was able to work through them in therapy, and like in a lot of ways, like I'm still working through them to this day. Like it was really amazing to actually go back to when I was a child, and to really understand and to forgive myself and say like, hey, like it wasn't your fault, honestly, and there is a way for everybody to succeed, but it's not like a one size fits all. And it took me until I reached my mid-20s to really forgive myself for not completing college, because I felt like a failure, and I had never stopped feeling like a failure because that route didn't work out for me. And it took me a really long time, and it's still something that I'm working through, honestly, that like I have self-worth outside of what I expect from myself. And if I sometimes like don't reach these certain goals, it doesn't mean I'm a failure. It just means that there's room for self-improvement. And I have been just having, honestly, like such an amazing time in therapy. I think everybody should go to therapy, whether you have mental illnesses or not. I think it's just really great for people to sort of like unwork things that have happened in the past. After putting in all of this work in therapy, I am now able to look back and think of everything that happened in a very objective way. So I don't regret it anymore. I had regretted it for the last 10 years. If I hadn't, gone to college and had this like horrible experience, maybe I would have never started YouTube, to be honest. And like this job makes me so happy because it allows me the freedom to be whoever I want, and I don't have to exist in a system that makes me hate living. And who knows, maybe there is a part of the system, that I would have enjoyed, like maybe I would have found, a major that I was really passionate about. That's also a possibility, but, at the rate things were going, it was not going down like that. Like I'm really grateful that, I've come out of it on the other side, and I can look back and say like, this was just another experience that helped, shape me as a person, and now I can share my story. I'm just really glad that like now I found myself in a place where it's like not the most traditional outcome, and it's not the most traditional job, but like I'm finally proud of myself, and my parents are proud of me. And that was all that I could have ever asked for as a kid. In this day and age, with modern society and modern technology, like people don't really need to go to school to get to where they want to be in their careers. And nowadays, my story isn't so uncommon anymore. I know that 10 years ago, people are like, what do you mean you didn't finish school. Like that's kind of crazy. But now, you know, you see people have all sorts of unconventional jobs, and you know, they didn't have to finish school, or you know, they chose not to. Or there's also people who like regret finishing their major because it was a waste of money. And right now more than ever, there's so many opportunities for people that we didn't have 10 years ago, and we didn't have 20 years ago. And you know, you can really just make your own path. And you know, this is just, you know, my story of how I ended up finding my own path, and it wasn't easy at all. But you know, here I am. I feel good and I'm satisfied. So yeah, that's my story, and it's just, you know, one of my many stories that helped to shape me as a person. So yeah, I hope that this kind of sheds some light on like a mysterious part of my past, I guess, because like I would always say, like, you know, in passing, like, oh yeah, you know, like I went to college when I was 15, because it's kind of just like a fact of my life. And people would always be like, wait, what? Like, how is that possible? Like, you have to tell us more. And I would never be ready to tell more. I would just be like, you know, maybe one day. And you know, finally that day has come, and yeah, this is my entire story. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for, you know, just listening to what I have to say. Like, that always just means so much to me, and I think it's like the most precious thing that I have. So yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely, wonderful day, and I will see you guys again next week.